Hey, just a quick heads up. Content here may not appeal to everyone. If you don't resonate with what's shared here today, that's okay. We all have our own journey in life, so please respect our shit and we'll respect yours.
Welcome to the Own Your Own Shit Show, where your thoughts and emotions affect our physical body. I'm Lisa. I'm from Beyond Balance. I'm a nurse, massage therapist, and a mind-body connection coach, and I help women to release pain in their mind and their body.
And I'm Andrea Coulter, and I'm a doctor of medical health and homeopathy, and the founder of the Iome Healing System, which you can check out below. And today, we're going to continue on from, we were talking about liver and gallbladder last. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is, exactly. And we wanted to continue on, actually, and kind of get out of the whole digestive issues for now, and just talk about maybe more about really our thoughts and our emotions and how it's affecting our whole life.
Yeah.
So we were talking about anger last time, right? We were talking about the gallbladder and holding all our anger.
I shouldn't laugh. We were talking about anger. Anger.
It's true. And so what I always find is women have a tendency to deny their anger so much.
All the time.
Yeah,
It's brutal.
we really do. We just don't want to be that bitch.
No.
We want to be the nice, kind, loving person.
Yeah,
No.
not step on toes, not hurt feelings, be the sympathizer and the empath. But the reality is, we all have the opportunity to make choices and say what we need to say, and it definitely helps our body relax.
Exactly. And I always tell people, anger is the great mobilizer. I mean,
Yeah.
again, we have these emotions for a reason.
We do.
And we need to honor them, every one of them. If you're feeling sad, be sad, right?
Yeah.
Have a good cry fest.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
no
that.
shame.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And if you're angry, be angry. Now, don't dump your anger and don't dump your shit on
No.
everybody else.
No.
Find constructive ways to get rid of it, right?
Exactly.
So we have protocols in our household that we discussed. When the kids were growing up, and if somebody was dumping their crap on you, call them on it in a graceful way. And then go and dump your own anger, because even though you've dumped it on somebody else, when you've taken it on, don't hold it. Don't make gallstones.
No, exactly.
Go and dump it somehow. So we all have our own way of dumping it. I had this one client who actually, she used to break glasses against a old brick
Wow.
wall she had in her room.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would go to the dollar store and get super cheap glasses, and whenever she was feeling really angry and frustrated about life and I was throwing stuff at her and she didn't want to, of course, dump it on somebody else,
Yeah.
she would just smash glasses.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Yeah,
Like
and I've had
treasure.
yeah, and I've had where I screamed and yelled and jumped up and down in my office all by myself. And
Yeah.
it's funny how the cats will run in and look at you like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Ah!"
That's so good.
Yeah.
I know. I used to scream, but I used to scream at people.
Mm.
So I wasn't taking responsibility for my own energy, and I was just throwing it left and right.
Yeah,
So-
I've done that too.
I know. It's not the best. Because then you have more repercussions, and then you have to deal with hurting someone, and now you have to go back and apologize. And who wants to do that?
I know how many times I've apologized, going, "Oh my God, I did not mean to go there," but you snap,
You
right?
do. It's just like,
Yeah.
the
So that
tornado.
usually indicates that you're hanging on to a lot. If you get to that threshold level and you burst over the edge of that, cliff, it's because you've been hanging on to a lot, and something just is that final catalyst to go, "All right, you're all getting this."
yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. We've all been there and done that, right?
It's true.
But what we're trying to help people recognize is that, we've been through that.
Yeah.
And for me, I was in denial for years about my anger. When I was going through my own health journey with my practitioner and Heilkunst, it was funny because I always hurt myself. So I was in so much denial that I was angry that, she would talk about it and say, there's all this anger coming out. I'm like, I'm not angry. Like, I'm sad and I can be depressed sometimes and life sucks, but I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all.
No, that's
Yeah.
shameful.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And then and yet we'd have a consultation and she'd be like, "So what's going on in your life lately?" And I'm like, "I've been hurting myself a lot lately. Like, walking through the living room, stub my toe, and in the kitchen, whack my head at the cupboard, and then cut a bagel and slice my hand open." I'm like, "Oh my God." Like, I was a menace in the kitchen. People are like, "Don't give her a sharp knife."
No, I was going to say, no sharp objects for you.
No, exactly. And I'd be like, "What the hell?" And she'd be like, "Anger, anger, anger, anger." And I'm like, no, I'm not angry. It's just,
No.
yeah, it's your body's way of expressing your anger.
Yeah.
And just yesterday, my daughter was in the kitchen and we were talking about, we're doing some weird remedy protocols right now to try and shift some big states. And she goes, yesterday, the start of these remedies, I like kept hurting myself. Like I hurt my head like 5 times trying it on stuff. Why would I hit that? I'm like,
Yeah.
are you feeling really frustrated in life right now?
Mhm.
And are you feeling a pent up anger and frustration? She goes, yeah, definitely. And I said, okay, then you need to work through that.
Good for you.
Right? Because once you are conscious and
Mhm.
recognize that these emotions are plaguing me in some way, then it's easier to take responsibility,
Yep.
own your own shit,
Own your shit.
and do something
And
about
do
it.
something about it.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are forgetting, is
Yeah.
that they feel a victim to whatever's happening to them. But the reality is we make choices. The best part of being an adult, we get to choose and then act on that decision.
Yeah. I like when you say that about the best part of being about an adult. Because most of us go, I hate being an adult.
I know.
Being an adult sucks.
There aren't very many great things about being an adult, but at least we get to do what we want to do,
It's
and we make
true.
choices, and like, why don't we embrace that part of life as an adult? You can't embrace much else. But it's interesting how anger can be expressed internally
Mhm.
towards yourself, externally towards yourself,
Mm.
and then externally towards other people too.
Yes.
So like I say, like mine was more towards people. I am an empath. I pick up on a lot of energy, but I only just discovered that about myself in the last maybe 3 years or so. And I used anger as a deflection. If people were overwhelming me and my brain couldn't handle anything, I would immediately get angry and say, leave me alone, back up. I would say whatever I needed to say to get them to stop hounding me, to make more stimulation, more information, and more tension in my body. So it wasn't nice for relationships. However, it was a defense mechanism for me.
Yeah, but it was you, in a way, trying to externally own your own shit.
Yeah,
In a way, it was you kind of
that's true.
trying to mobilize yourself, and so that's the thing, right? Is that, you know, it's finding that fine balance between, dumping your shit on everybody, or being self-responsible and defending yourself in a healthy way. Sometimes we talked about fight or flight. Like, we're not all being chased by lions and tigers and bears anymore, but sometimes in life it feels like we are. So how do we, and sometimes when you are being attacked, because sometimes shit just does happen to you.
I know.
I mean, there's a reason if you want to dig deep enough, but at the time it feels like, what the frick is this?
Yeah.
Right? Karmic stuff does that to us,
It
right?
does.
Get another conversation.
Yeah. that's
But
good.
what I find is that if we really need to mobilize ourselves and truly defend ourselves, then anger comes into play in a good way.
That's
Right?
true. Why should we be embarrassed or shameful?
Exactly.
Like we've been saying this whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, so I think with anger, you know, even just a quick wrap up for this is just saying that recognize, are you cutting yourself? Are you hurting yourself? Are you running into things all the time? Like, is it stirring up anger? Are you angry and frustrated? And it's life trying to get your attention, like, hello. Hello.
Hello, wiki wiki.
Exactly. Get angry.
Yeah.
It's trying to stir you up to recognize it. Oh shit! Because when I finally got to the point where I recognized that I was angry, it was so funny because I remember calling my practitioner, going, "Oh my god, I am really angry." And then that's when I became like this worker, what we call the sepia mother, the whole worker-worn mother that starts snapping at everyone left, right, and center. So I went from denying, and hurting myself to snapping at everybody because I again needed to let it go. So the more I consciously was aware that this was happening and worked with remedies and paid attention and found other ways to release that in a healthier way, now I don't get those over-the-cliff anger episodes, right? Because you're aware of them on a day-to-day basis that, oh, this is coming up. I guess I should be aware of that. That maybe there's something here that I need that's going to kind of frustrate me. And how do I approach this? So say somebody is coming at you with their own shit, and you don't want to own it because it's their shit.
Yeah.
It's not yours. If you're triggered by it, and I think we talked about this before, but if you're triggered by somebody else's emotions and you get emotional back, remember that back emotion is yours,
Yeah.
even though the first was theirs. But if they come at you, and I've had this, once I worked through all my shit on about anger, I remember once I was at Walmart and we were driving along and I had the kids in the back and they were little, and this odd couple were walking towards us and they were taking up the whole area that you drive in, and I'm like, you can get over, right? Like, and so I kind of like looked at them and I gave a little beep beep, because why are you walking like covering? Yeah. And they, as I drove past, he started swearing at me and yelling, and I had little kids in the car. I'm like, dude, like I got, like, stop, right?
Yeah.
What's interesting is it's the first time I realized that, wait a second, I didn't get wound up and get angry back at him. It was just kind of like, whoa, dude, you got a lot of anger going on there.
You could take that back.
Woo! Yeah. But I defended myself in a calm, assertive way and said, dude, own your freaking shit. I have children in the back,
Yeah.
you know? And I let it go and I moved on.
Yeah.
So that was it was the first time I recognized I had a healthy reaction to anger.
That's good.
And I was empowered, I owned it, but not recycled it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because we have to be responsible of what we put out, and then we have the responsibility of not taking other stuff in, just like you did.
Exactly.
So
Especially as
that's good,
empaths.
I
You know.
know. It's tricky.
It is. It's hard to find that balance point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so hopefully that gives you some things to think about.
Yeah.
Anger is a big one to think about.
It is. And again, no judgments. If you want to go scream by the trees or punch pillows or...
Yeah, punching bags. I've had clients do punching bags.
Yeah.
That's what I got my son, you know,
Yeah.
in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great. Like, just, as
Absolutely.
long as you're being aware. One thing too, that I say to people too is never do something when you're angry. So if you're gonna, you know, let's say lift some heavy things, well, don't do it when you're angry, because for some reason your body's just gonna break down. You're gonna hurt your back
Because you're tense.
because you're tense and you're not aware of what you're doing.
That's
and
right.
so it's like, don't lift heavy things when you're mad. Like, don't just, I'm so mad at this person, I can do this thing, and they're like, I can't move now.
It's true. And I think that's why I always hurt myself, right? Because I was angry, but
yeah.
not necessarily aware I was angry. So I was like stubbing my toe because I was going through the living room. Right? But you're right. We're tense when we're angry.
Yeah.
So pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your
Be
body.
aware. And make some good choices, and just know that when you're aware of it, the next time you'll be able to be aware of it even sooner, and then even sooner, and then eventually you'll probably never be angry again. Which is
Unless it's necessary.
Unless it's necessary.
Exactly. Such a with a knife or a gun, you might want to be angry.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining in our conversation today. As always, we have lots of fun and we're enjoying sharing. And if you know, we hope you want to stick around. So subscribe and follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, which actually is a great place to communicate with us.
Yeah, definitely. And share your thoughts about what you think of this episode. And if you have any questions about your own health or something that you're curious about, just comment below, and then we'll make an episode about it.
Absolutely.
We'll shout out to you too if you'd like. So just remember that realistically, you're the only person that you can control.
Absolutely. Exactly. And until next week, be empowered, be authentic, and own it completely. Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to connect with us on your favorite social media sites so you can share your whole healthcare woes, wins, and other shit you'd like to discuss with us.
Uh-oh.
Just trying to get the energy going. Get the mojo going.
The mojo.
A little chair dance.